Hi everyone, a warm welcome back to this channel once again, and for those of you who are new here, my name is Freddy. Welcome as well. In today's video, I have some hinge clamps as well as some 3D printed clamp springs which I would like to replace on my 3Sixty. I was intending for these to be part of a knick-knack series, but as I dug deeper, I found many online accounts of these clamp bolts snapping, which could cause some serious injuries if they do fail during a ride. So I thought today's topic probably deserves more time than I had planned for. So another word of caution here again, please do extensive research and exercise care if you are looking to replace these clamps, because they can fail, and if they fail, there can be dire consequences. So I urge you, please exercise care. As for me, I've gotten these for aesthetic purposes some months back ago, so I would still like to proceed. But with the cases of the snapping bolts, I will proceed with some precautionary steps which I'm going to share with you in today's video. But I must emphasize that I'm no engineering expert, and the steps that I'm about to take to negate the risk are just solely basing on my own understanding of how the bolts could fail. So please do not see this as an ultimate guide and do your own extensive research. So let's move on to today's topic by first looking at how these clamp bolts could fail on our 360. Let's go. Okay, let us look at some of the possible stresses that the bolts may be subjected to for us to attempt to understand why the bolts could snap during normal operations. So, during normal operations, you will tighten this bolt so that the clamp can clamp on tightly to the stem to prevent it from collapsing during riding. And when we tighten the bolt is being subjected to a lot of tensile and torsional stress, meaning to say a lot of twisting and pulling forces. And the point of failure really depends very much on A, obviously how much we are tightening. Over tightening this will cause it to snap. And B, the material's resistance against these two forces. So say for example, this is made of wood or plastic, this would have snapped already. So fortunately the stock one came in steel, which is good enough. So yeah, on to the next point. Alright, before I move on to touch on the next possible cause of failure on the boat, let me say that a lot of this information came from a Facebook post which I've read, and it was written by Mr. William Wu. So credits to him. I'll share the link to the Facebook post below so that you can check it out as well. On Mr. William Wu, he also has a dedicated YouTube channel that shares useful technical know-how on our trifold bikes. I personally found them to be super useful and interesting. So do check them out. I'll share the link below to his channel as well. And I'm sure you will enjoy it as much as I do. So, if I understood the post correctly, what it is saying is that there seems to be a design flaw in our 360 frame, such that the frame is always touching on the bolt, and this is evidenced by these scratch marks that you see that is caused by the threads of the bolts. Right, and all this constant contact will cause additional stress onto the bolt. Remember, I mentioned earlier that the bolt is subjected to a lot of twisting and pulling forces already. Just imagine this material constantly exerting pressure on it all the time while it is being subjected to that kind of twisting and pulling forces. There may be additional stress that can cause, like, I don't know, premature failure or something if the material is not strong enough. So this is steel, which should be good enough. Okay, so one of the possible solutions suggested in the post is to file off some material here to create a channel that can house the bolt nicely without creating any contact. And judging from the scratch marks, I don't think there's a lot of material to be filed off. But do remember that after filing it off, please cover it with some clear coat or nail polish to prevent rust from developing. After reading the post, I found it to be reasonable. I'm not an engineer, but based on layman understanding of this, I think it is a reasonable conclusion and proposed solution as well. The thing is that my frame is still currently under warranty, so I'm not looking to file off material on my frame, and I probably will consider this solution only after my warranty expires. So yeah, just sharing this with you, and don't forget to check out the relevant links below on the Facebook post as well as the link to Mr. William Wu's YouTube channel. So yeah. Okay, the first preventive step I'm going to take is a super basic one, which is to apply lots of lithium grease on the threads. I think no amount of resistance is going to be beneficial to the structural integrity of the bolts as we try to insert or withdraw them from the threads all the time. So I thought I would just apply some lithium grease to act as a lubricant to smoothen this insertion and withdrawal process and avoid any unnecessary forces on the bolt. On to the next point, which is on bolt material. After giving it some serious consideration, I don't think I'll be proceeding with using the aluminium bolt, which is what I originally bought, because I found out that it has lower yield strength as well as ultimate tensile strength as compared to materials such as titanium or steel, which is what I believe is being used in the stock bolt. In short, if I understand what I read and watched correctly, links below if you are interested in all the materials aspect of this, it simply means that aluminium has a lower resistance to the pulling forces subjected to it and has a higher tendency to deform and fail as compared to the other two materials. So this, coupled with the fact that I'm a vein port, titanium bolt it is. Alright, the last and final preventive step I'm going to take is to replace the clamp springs that came with the bolt with some 3D printed ones, which I've gotten from 3D Maverick. I'll share the link below. Do check them out, super friendly folks, and I'm sure you will love this product. So, 3 reasons why I would like to replace the springs. Firstly, looking at the design, I think there's a high likelihood of the springs getting caught in the thread as we thread this in and out. Right? So it will cause a mess and I really don't want that to happen. The next reason is that these clamp springs are really cool because it holds the clamp in place. It doesn't rotate all over the place, and as you tighten the bolt, you don't really have to put the clamp in place while tightening the bolt. So I think it's really cool. I'm explicitly told not to film the mechanism in detail, so I'll just show you that it works, and really do check them out. Okay, this is loosening and this is me tightening the bolt. You see? The clamps are not rotating all over the place. The last and final reason relating to today's topic is that you notice that the bolt is being protected by the clamp springs material, and this will avoid all contact between the bolt and the frame. So yeah, happy with the final product. Alright, so this is the final product and I really love how it looks. I can only hope and pray that my attempts to reduce the risk that can be brought about by the material issue and contact issue will work, and this doesn't fail on me. So yeah, hope for the best. So there you have it, a longer than intended conversation just on the hinge clamps alone, but I guess this time for really good reasons. Once again, please exercise care in your decision to switch out the clamps, and as always, my opinions for your conclusion. Thank you so much for watching, hope to see you again. Goodbye.